3. And we're live.
We're back after Mark sitting there.
We're back. Yeah. I think it was Taker or something, or Bray Wyatt, wasn't it? Let's face it.
It was Vanguard 1.
I wish it was. So yeah, to sum up my views of, I don't know how far we got. I'll have to rewatch the stream.
Yeah, we'll restart at the
Daniel Bryan.
Ooh. There we go. Sorry, I was glitching.
So, do you want to restart Daniel Bryan or not Daniel Bryan, AJ?
AJ, yes.
Yeah, so, but I'll keep it short because I don't know how much was caught on the last stream, but basically I thought it was boring. You had a poo, I fell asleep.
Yeah, it's a pretty good summary of the match.
I just think to cap it briefly, I just think it was never going to live up to what people thought it was going to live up to. And I did like the heel turn at the end. I kind of saw it coming when he was presenting him with the title and stuff. And it'll be good to see a Shinsuke heel run. But ultimately, yeah, it was probably for me the I wouldn't say weakest match of the night. Whatever you want to describe it as was of the night, but it's definitely not the best of the night. There you
go. Okay, it was the least. It was the only match that didn't live up to the expectation of the night. Yeah, I think
the crowd had a lot to do with that as well. They
were knackered, bless them, at the end.
Yeah, but carry on. You say what you think.
Yeah, I think the crowd had a lot to do with it, but I thought it was a fine match. It felt like a SmackDown main event. It just felt like I was gonna say a longer, but no, because it was 20 minutes. So yeah, it just felt like a main event on SmackDown. It didn't feel as special as we thought it was going to. Thought it was technically a very good match, but like for me, and I mentioned this in the predictions, and I'm going to mention it again now, that there wasn't a story there. The story was they were just trying to sell it as, oh, this is the dream match, but we don't know why. We didn't know what the implications were. I mean, there wasn't. We couldn't invest in either character, but
do you feel it was almost a Vince McMahon? I want to get a bit of a one-up on New Japan, so we'll put this match on, but we don't really know what we're doing with it.
Maybe.
I think it's the start of a feud, though. I don't think it's the final.
Oh yeah, this is what I was going to say. For how for the I can't word this. I'm trying to word it right. For the amount of disinterest they had going into the match and slightly drawing it, I am now so invested in this match because of what happened post match. So I think, although the match didn't live up to the hype, having that ending now, you have a really great story, and they saved the match with the heel turn, I think, because it's a WrestleMania moment. Nakamura is now full heel, and he was just going nuts, rambling in Japanese, which was amazing.
Yeah,
kicking AJ Styles in the head. But
Vince loves his foreign languages, don't he?
Choppy, yoppy, but yeah, I thought it was great. I thought the ending was fantastic, and as I say, for me, the biggest thing out of this match now is that you've got a story. You've got people legitimately gonna hate Nakamura for what he did. So you've got that instant story now of a heel and a babyface. You've got somebody you want to cheer for, somebody you want to boo, and I think that's great. And I can't wait for the rematch, because there's the dream match, sister.
Yeah, the rematch is the dream match.
That's it.
And then going on to Braun and Cesaro and Sheamus. I thought this was going to be a short match, whatever, because of the amount of time left. But do you want to start with it, or do you want me to kind of go into it and then?
I can be very short and sweet. I thought it was fine. I think it's that having the kid was a WrestleMania moment. TM. It wasn't what everybody was expecting, but it's what we got, and it's kind of like, yeah, whatever. I've seen people getting really angry and like really arsey about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which I understand to an extent, but I think again, it was everybody's own perception of who it was going to be. Everybody thought it was going to be a big name, and when it wasn't, there was always going to be that disappointment.
Yeah.
I thought like the match was what it was. So they created a WrestleMania moment, and I wouldn't be too worried because I think this is getting rectified tonight. I think Angle's going to come out and he's going to be like, well, you can't have a 10-year-old boy defend the titles. So you're going to have to, we're going to strip you of them and give them back to DeBar. But if you want to, later on tonight, if you can find yourself a real tag team partner, then you can do it. And then that's where we're going to get the big surprise because, as we know, they like to do it at Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
So I think all of that's getting rectified tonight. So yeah, it was fine for what it was. So
it's funny almost how like it's funny how WrestleMania has gone to the point. WrestleMania is almost like a precursor for the Raw after. Do you know what? We're setting up Raw after WrestleMania rather than being the culmination of these epic storylines. It's now seen as like we need to set up for Raw after the SmackDown. It'll be good. I always like the Raw after Mania because the crowd are mental. As long as there's no beach balls, then
as long as
for me, it didn't bother me either way with the child. When he went out into the crowd, I thought he was going to pick out someone in the crowd who was obviously a plant, but you remember like the 1, 2, 3 kid with Razor Ramon. I thought it was going to be like that kind of moment.
Let's not forget Santino Marella against Umaga.
Yeah, so I thought it was going to launch another wrestler, but a kid. I think I've read somewhere that he's one of the sons of the refs or something. He looked legitimately terrified of being in that ring, though. And I think if they were going to do that storyline, to do it with the bar with Cesaro and Sheamus is fine. They can eat that because of like who they are, and they'll probably use it to their advantage. To be honest,
they're going to go out and kill the kid tonight.
All the bit with the Mardi Gras thing at the start was just a bit bizarre as well. It kind of aided to my thoughts on the second half, which was just things were just a little bit kooky. And then, but it was like, I think it was obviously light relief before the final push of the final match with Brock and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Do you want me to go first, or?
Yeah, go for it.
I say it's a lot, but I don't know what I think about this match. Like, it was basically a typical Brock Lesnar main event match, wasn't it? It was like pull out all the big stops, just recycle them over and over again, and then have a finish. I think at the time I didn't like the cutting of the head and the blood, and that I don't think it's necessary. I think it's a cheap way to progress a story within a match or something. I think we've seen it in NXT and that there's better ways to tell a story.
It did feel like they were trying to rip off the whole Austin thing a little bit.
I think my problem is Brock Lesnar. I just don't like him. I don't like him. The stories I've heard of him about backstage, and I just feel there's like always an edge to him that I just doesn't sit well with me. And I think I said to you last night, almost it got me kind of questioning, was that supposed to happen last night? I don't, because just the way it kind of all finished, like normally you have that iconic moment. Like last year, it was Roman on the ramp, all the fireworks and whatnot. And there's always that kind of final image of WrestleMania, whatever year it is. This year, it was like Brock walks up the ramp, and then we went to like the highlights of the night. I know there was a bit after with Roman, wasn't there? I think.
Yeah, he kind of like touched his kid or something, like his wife. He kissed her and then like walked up.
But it felt really abruptly finished, and it felt a bit bizarre. I think I was hoping for a bit of a turn by Heyman, which didn't happen. But I'm just not invested in Brock at all. Roman, I don't mind him. The crowd were obviously like pissed off by this point. Like, for your biggest event of the year, for your main event, and the chants being this is awful, this is boring. And there was obviously something going on in the crowd. I don't know if it was a beach ball again.
It was a beach ball.
Was it? There was obviously something going on because everyone was like people at ringside, as an image as well. People at ringside with their backs to the ring watching something in the crowd. Your main event is it's something WWE seriously have to look at. But yeah, overall, it kind of finished the second half of the show in the way it was, which was a bit bizarre. I think you've just obviously broke some news. I'm going to steal your thunder that Brock signed on again, which surprises me. I said to you before we started this, I thought they were going to go down the route of Brock getting fired because of what he done to Roman last night, and then there was rumors of him and Vince having a scuffle, which was probably kayfabe. But yeah, it's interesting that he signed on for a bit longer. I'll let you go with it now.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if they address the Vince kind of altercation, right? Because it's kind of, you'll know whether it's kayfabe or not.
Yeah. I need to look into it. I don't really know what went down. But
yeah, I didn't know about it until you said before we came on air. Yeah, it was weird. It was a really weird event. I can't remember most of it because I was so tired. I was actually in bed at this point watching it on my laptop, so I'm gonna rewatch it. I remember bits of it.
Yeah.
It was a shame. I was really shocked at how badly the crowd turned on it. I didn't think they were going to reject it as much as they did. Like I said to you, the go home show, he kind of got booed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he kind of got cheered. Roman was getting cheered and Rock was getting booed. But yeah, they really soured on it fast.
Do you think the crowd are bored with Brock as well?
I think it was the kind of that scenario that they don't want Brock, but they don't want Roman.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, oh, we've sat through like 6.5 hours of wrestling at this point. Yeah. Like, you don't want to see.
I don't know if it's Roman, but I don't feel he's a good storyteller in the ring. I don't know if that's his fault or what, but it just never feels like I can invest in the story. It doesn't feel like he's overcome the odds and stuff. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
You always know he's going to win.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily his fault, but yeah, as an overall match, what did you think? It was
all right. It was a shame because we know
15 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I was shocked at that. It was because we know they can have a good match. I know
there was the bit as well. Sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
There was a bit as well with Brock, like they caught it quick, but he obviously said
mother lower.
Yeah, and it's things like it's not needed. Why? Do you know what I mean? That's what I don't know.
I don't know. I think that was part of me, maybe frustration for the crowd, because you could physically see Brock was annoyed.
Yeah, massively. Like, wouldn't you be? I think he's one of those people that would take that to heart. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it'd pee him off. But yeah, it was just a bit of a mess for me, I think.
A bit of a shame. I said we know they can have a good match. They had a great match at 31, severely underrated. They've had great multi-men matches, so they've got some chemistry. I think maybe it was Brock didn't want to do, maybe because Brock knew he was re-signing, he didn't want to do the job for Roman. Maybe that's where the animosity's come from.
Do you think, like, this is completely like hypothetical, but who do you think called that blood spot? Do you think it was Vince? Do you think it was Roman? Do you think it was Brock? To having already done it at SummerSlam. If it was first time, then it has a lot of impact. But it was the exact same thing as Randy.
I don't know. It's a very good point. I'd love to know. Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I think I'm gonna watch it before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Just with fresher eyes, because it's like I'm getting tired talking about it now.
That's cool. We'll wrap it up. What did you think of the whole show as overall?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I just saying I'm getting tired talking about the match because I just don't.
No.
I just don't know what to think about it because it was just so odd.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I liked that Brock won because it kind of was a middle finger to everybody that thought they knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that is really great storytelling by WWE to make it feel like it's going to go one way.
I think that's what a lot of people have said, reading online and watching reviews, and that is it was a bloody unpredictable show. And that's what we always, it's weird, isn't it? We always want unpredictability, but when it comes, we're kind of like a bit put out by it. We're like, well, this shouldn't be happening. Like, yeah.
How dare they?
Yeah. So I don't think WWE are ever going to win in the eyes of the fans. I almost think sometimes, I've been thinking about this a lot recently, is kind of reverting back to my childhood and basically trying to keep offline and just watching it for what it is and not trying to think about it too much. And maybe I'll enjoy it a lot more. Not that I don't enjoy it, but yeah, I don't know.
I get what you mean. I haven't I know it's to a smaller extent, but like NXT, I haven't watched NXT and I didn't really know any of the matches until the day of. And I was like, oh, cool. And I just went into it, kind of saw the build. Apart from obviously Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah.
That was the only one.
What a match! What a
Still not seen it. I've still not seen it. Mate.
Oh my god, mate, you have to watch it. Watch it tonight.
Yeah.
It is genuinely one of my favourite matches I've ever watched. It's just so good.
I was all tired out yesterday and I didn't watch it before I watched Mania.
Yeah, NXT in general, that show was
it was bloody brilliant. But again, so I'm saying I didn't know it. There was I had no build to it. I didn't have any expectations. Just I know it's going to be good, but I don't care how it's good. And I think there's such expectation for WWE as well.
The crowd make NXT shows as well. When they're oohing and ahhing and getting into it, it gets you into it as well. But,
not throwing bloody beach balls around.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, WrestleMania as a whole, if you could kind of sum it up in a couple of sentences, what would you say?
It was a absolute weird storm of craziness. I loved the first half. I enjoyed the second, but there was definitely something off about everything from Taker. I think Taker should have main evented or at least finished the night.
Yeah.
I think it just ran out of steam and it dropped off a cliff.
Yeah. For me, I can't remember if I said this when we had the WhatsApp and that, but for me, the best way to describe it is the first half felt like Triple H booking, and the second half felt like Vince McMahon booking. It felt like Vince had took the headset off Triple H and gone, no, I'll sort this out, and then it just kind of fell apart from there.
During their match, he was like, yeah, you're not having it back now.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the first half felt very NXT type, like I've mentioned in a couple of the reviews of each match, that it felt the way it was paced and the stories and that, it felt very NXT, and the second half felt very WWE Vince McMahon, kind of just a blancmange of things. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, overall, I think for me, it's too long. It is way too long. If they had, in the right possible sense, if they had got to the point of Taker and obviously somehow shoehorned in the big matches within that first 4 hours, I think that would have been a brilliant show and everyone would have probably enjoyed it a lot more. But what was it, 7 hours in total with the pre-show? I was done in by the end of it. I was waiting for it to be over to go to bed.
Yeah.
I think it's obviously different because we live in the UK as well, and yeah, but
the 5 a.m. finish.
Loads of promise, but it ultimately fell a bit flat for me. But I will go back and watch some of the matches, I think.
If I ever watch them in the day, fresh head. It might be different.
Yeah, and I'm going to stay up for Raw tonight.
Oh, he is so hardcore. I'm definitely not. I'm literally finishing the stream and I'm going straight to bed.
Yeah, it's my curiosity. I just want to see what happens.
Yeah,
I want to see Ronda Rousey in some hot pants again as well. A little bit.
I'm definitely. I think I'm going to get up extra early and watch it in the morning. But I just think I need to have a reasonable sleep tonight and then go again with all the crazy wrestling shenanigans tomorrow.
Yeah. So what are you going to give it out of 10? First thought. Don't think about it.
6.5.
Let's see, I would have gone for 6. Because first half was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Second half just really dragged it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, should we end on that?
We shall end on that, on our Meltzer rating system.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what he gives it. I don't know if he's put them out yet or not.
I think he's put a couple of the matches, but yeah, I might have a look now before we go.
I love that how much people hang off his ratings. It's like a confirmation that their thought process about the show was right or wrong.
Yeah. But it's like, no, Meltzer gave it 5 stars. Damn it, it must be.
Yeah, exactly.
Meltzer only gave it 3.25. I thought it was 3.75.
Yeah. Maybe I need to change my opinion. But yeah, other than that, I think roll on next year in New York, and I can't believe it's been a year since we done the review of WrestleMania 33.
I know.
Goes so quick.
So I did the same thing. I watched it at my mate's house yesterday, I did the same thing that I did, and it was really weird because last year I watched What Just Happened.
Yeah.
And then I did the same thing this morning when I woke up and straight away got up, got a cup of coffee, sat on the breakfast bar and watched What Just Happened. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, that was a year ago.
I think it's quite telling. I've watched a lot of reviews today and kind of chatter on Twitter and online, and I think a lot of people are in agreement with what we've said, is that the first half was good to brilliant, and then the second half just fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if everyone's saying that, then it's a good indication of what happened. Like normally, sometimes I have a certain view of what went down, and then I read online and I think, crap, was I watching the same watching the same show? But everyone seems kind of in agreement of how this went last night.
Yeah, I think it had a lot to live up to, considering how well received last year's was as well. Like, because last year's had something for everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't think this year's did. And I think that's kind of where.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It kind of got maybe let itself down a little bit, but yeah, we'll let it there. We've got somebody in the chat, but.
Oh, hello. Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat?
Oh, Ham, the guy.
Give us your rating out of 10. Oh,
yeah,
Ham, the guy. Quickly.
What did you think of WrestleMania before we go? And while you're thinking about that, if you want to go back and watch our first stream, we talk about Asuka beating Charlotte beating the streak and all of the other shenanigans that happened at WrestleMania 34. But yeah, our stream died, so we had to restart it and finish up what we originally said. So yeah, check that out.
Cool.
There's now 3 watching. I can't believe this. I think everybody's joining as we're about to leave.
Should we start again? Let's start again. Welcome to WrestleMania Review.
I can't do it. It's too much.
It's like almost watching 7 hours of WrestleMania, isn't it? You get to a point and you're like, can't do it anymore. But yeah, I think that's quite an in-depth review, and I think we're both on the same page of it. I think almost like we're quite good, us two, because I can be overcritical of things, and you're like sometimes a bit the other side of it, and you're like, oh no, it's great, and then it makes me rethink about, am I just being a moany old bastard? But
because you are a moany old bastard.
Yeah, I just like things to be how I want them to be, and I get disappointed when it's not. But that's my own problems, nothing to do with WWE.
Yeah, just gotta take it.
Yeah,
just gotta take it as a pinch of salt. That's the world of wrestling.
Yeah, I'm going to look forward to Raw tonight. Hopefully there'll be no beach balls. Hopefully, who's going to open Raw?
Right, I did think about this. I think if you start out with either Brock or Roman, you are getting booed out of the building. I'd quite like to see.
I want to see that.
I know, but we had it last year. I'd quite like to see Cena.
Yeah, and
maybe a possible Cena heel-ish turn.
He's got to be if he's going to go up against Taker again, I think, hasn't he?
He's got to tap into his inner demon.
Yeah. Cool. We'll leave it on that, and then we'll maybe talk about Raw this week.
Yeah, we might try and do it tomorrow if you're not dead.
No, I should be all right. I'm slowly getting back in the land of the living now.
I know. I'm so tired. I just want wrestling to stop.
Yeah, no more wrestling. Yeah. Right. On that note, do you want to sign off?
Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this episode of Primal Wrestling. This was our WrestleMania 2-parter because Mark's stream died, and I chatted some shit in the middle about it, about the greatest ever Royal Rumble. But yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at JamieHughes17, and I've also got a movie review channel which is called The Jamie Hughes Show. Just click on one of the comments and just go to channel and subscribe, because that'd be awesome. I've got a new review coming tomorrow. I
may go and see Love, Simon tomorrow, actually.
Oh, mate, loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it looks good.
I went out and see guys. Oh, the guy doesn't want us to end the stream. Oh, dude, we're so tired. We'll be back. Well, I promise we'll do one tomorrow. just need to go to sleep.
We've been chatting for nearly 2 hours, I think.
Yeah. So I say go back and watch like the first stream on the channel, and then watch this one as well, and you can see us talking to yourself. Oh, dude, right? Oh, Ham, the guy. We started streaming earlier on. Click on the channel.
I'll put the link in the chat. Hang on.
He's going to put the link in the chat for you now. We streamed for like an hour, and then the stream crashed, so we had to come back, and that's why there's like 20 minutes here as well. But we talked about most of WrestleMania in the first stream, so check that out. We'll probably be back and do a Raw one, maybe tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow.
If you subscribe to the channel, then you'll get a notification when we are.
Yeah, you subscribed.
We are back on. Awesome.
Notification.
I'm just going to put the original video in the chat. 2 seconds.
So post the link for you now. Oh man, the guy. Yeah, be cool. Comment on that video as well. Let us know what you thought about the whole of WrestleMania, because I think we covered in that stream from the pre-show up to Nakamura Styles, or at least half of Nakamura Styles, and then we finished like this stream with Nakamura Styles to Big Sweaty Brock. So yeah, thank you very much. He says we're the best. No, you're the best. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you for subscribing and engaging and talking all things wrestling with us.
Trying to find the current video, but I can't. This is insane.
But yeah, we will be back, I think.
My channel, here we go.
Yeah, there you go. This is our odyssey back into the world of professional wrestling. I say we're going to try and do one of these streams once a week. I'm
going to drop a bombshell now as well, Jamie. And you're signed up for it.
Go on. Go on.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, hang on. Whoa.
What have you done?
The string came out there. Oham, the guy, there's the original video from when we talk about the pre-show all the way up to AJ Nakamura.
Yeah, just make sure that link works. No, it doesn't. It sends us him to our links. We need to. Okay.
Hang on.
God, this is.
That was me being stupid. Here we go.
Both of us technical wizards.
We are like professionals.
I know. We're two old men. There you go. I found it. I got it now. So,
right, here we go. Hang on.
Oh man, the guy. There's the link to the new. There we go.
Cool. Yeah, the bombshell I was going to drop is, if you're up for it, Jamie, I'm going to potentially look into doing a podcast, full-on podcast for it, possibly daily.
Oh wow, daily.
We'll see. You love it. Cool. All right.
No, but yeah, we will definitely be back.
We will.
We will be back. Yeah. Oh man, the guy. Let us know your thoughts in that link about WrestleMania. We'll be back. Yeah, as I said. Check us out. Oh man, the guy. If you want to talk to us on Twitter and stuff, I say I'm Jamie Hughes 17. Mark is
Mark James UK, I think.
He remembered it this time, which is nice. Yeah. So
Dab dust.
If you want to subscribe to the Jamie Hughes Show, check out all the latest movies and reviews and awesome bonus features, then you can tell how many times I've done that kind of drilled into me now. Yeah, I say I've got a new review coming up tomorrow. Oh man, the guy, for a film called Ghost Stories, which is terrifying. So you've heard it here first. So I'm just plugging my own channel now. Yeah. Fine. If you want to say follow Mark, make sure you subscribe to Primal Wrestling. Is there anything else you want to say, Mark, before we go?
Just one thing.
What's
Mark
that?
Out.
You remembered it.
Yeah. Cool. Right. See you later. Oh man, the guy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.